The Business Report brought to you with the compliments of CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
In business tonight, you need to pay attention to the fine print. This advice to consumers who apply for loans, especially the fast loans, which are growing in popularity among cash-strapped Barbadians. It came from Investigations Officer with the Office of Public Counsel Paul Leach, who was speaking during CBC TV8's The People's Business. Mr. Leach says in cases where consumers may not understand the stipulations of a loan contract, help is always available.
Persons need to get au fait with reading the fine print. And I appreciate that you may not be technically minded that you would want to sit and read the fine print, but then their agencies, our agencies are, we are there to offer an advisory role.
Meanwhile, the Fair Trading Commission's Consumer Protection Officer, Julia Regis, notes that the entity continues to actively review contracts of this type. But she says it's important to ask questions and get the full details before signing on the dotted line.
Persons need to get au fait with reading the fine print. And I appreciate that you may not be technically minded that you would want to sit and read the fine print, but then their agencies, our agencies are
going for these loans, and you have a responsibility to ask some questions. What are the interest? What is the interest rate? How long do I have to pay? And really, you can make a decision. Can I really afford to pay whatever the amount is for the duration, whether it be 36 or 24 months? Can I really afford it? And then you can make your decision because you would have had this information given to you up front. So we want you to, if they don't, you have a responsibility to ask. And the mere fact that you should have to ask, that should give you a question mark.
Well, small businesses will come into sharp focus next month when the Small Business Association hosts its annual week of activities between September 15th and the 21st. It will be held under the theme, Small Size, Big Thinking, Changing the Mindset for Global Engagement. Sponsored by the Caribbean Export Development Agency, the week is intended to highlight the relevance of the theme to SBA's members and industry partners as the association seeks to guide and propel the micro, small and medium enterprise sector into macro-level thinking. Presentations will be made by telecommunications company Digicel as well as the Ministry of Innovation, Science and Smart Technology on the topic of Bridgetown as a smart city. Discussions will encompass the revitalization of the city via technological advancements. And it's time now to take a look at how those stocks traded on selected exchanges across our region. In Jamaica, Sagicor Select Funds Limited Financial was the volume leader with 41,648,703 units. In Trinidad and Tobago, JMMB Group Limited was the volume leader with 122,740 shares changing hands, all for a value of $269,978. And here in Barbados, Goddard Enterprises Limited was the sole security trading 5,951 shares at $3.26 each. Business with the kind compliments of the Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union Limited, who remind you that you are better with us.
On this edition of Minding Your Business, we put aside all those lovely barbecue pigtails and that lovely meat for some healthy eating with the Apple Crate Vegetarian Juice Bar. It was within a year of acquiring her master's in criminology, criminal justice, and social research, and not being able to find a job that frustration was setting in for Mahalia Mann. But her parents, who are both vegetarian and had already started their own small business, made a suggestion to her that proved to be life-changing.
I was getting really depressed about it, and my dad would said, well, you've grown up in the vegetarian industry, why not open up your own? And the Apple Crate. And yeah, so about 4 years running now, and originally we were thinking of a name, and we were like, an apple a day keeps the thoughts away, why not call it the Apple Crate? Since we're doing vegetarian and vegan based juices.
And she says the business has now expanded to the point where they also do private catering. But living on an island where Bajans truly love their meat, I had to ask Mahalia, who's actually vegan, how their healthy concept has been received so far.
When I first started out, I would say 50% of the customers were tourists. And I had a lot of support from the Bel-Air Institute, the Canadian students. They were very health-minded. So they would come and get their juices, they would come and get their shakes. And then I realized that I can't depend on the tourists because that's a seasonal business. So I started to try to get more Bajans interested. So instead of a fish burger, there's the lentil burger. Everybody likes a roti. And yeah, now I would say it's 50-50.
She says more people are actually a lot more conscious about what they eat now, and around Cropover especially, they tend to see a sharp rise in people patronizing the bar. But she says there's another interesting fact about a lot of the people who buy their products.
My customers, the locals, they're not vegetarians. But this would be their health stock. So say for the whole week they eat meat, they would come here for their health meal. So I wouldn't say that it's based towards vegans, but most of my clients aren't vegetarians. They're more health conscious in that they watch what they eat, but they would eat meat as well.
And just what is their most popular item, you may ask? Let's start with the drink.
The most popular drink is the sea moss. That's more like a given because of it strengthens your back. So with guys and girls, I would find a lot of people coming for the shake. They call it the booster, the power, sea moss, everything. That's the most popular shake. The vegetable juices, a lot of females, they're more interested in the detoxes, cleansing cocktails, complexion juices, asthma, sinus, and cold. Those are the main popular vegetable juices I would find here.
And the most popular food item?
The lentil burger, people have told me that it is one of the best burgers that they've eaten. So the lentil burger, the rotis are quite good as well. Last year I introduced the meals, so things that you would normally associate with meat, I do a vegan alternative. So for instance, pudding and sauce, you mentioned pudding and sauce. I do a vegan alternative, a sweet potato pudding, and it's pickled. It's pickled cucumber, pickled vegetables, and that's served with the sweet potato pudding, and that's the pudding and sauce.
Wow, so many items on the menu, but which one do I help to make? Well, Mahalia suggests we make a sea moss based shake with coconut milk, and I just love coconut. Now she says this particular sea moss is actually a premium Italian sea moss, which she mixes with a number of special ingredients that include something called granny backbone, a special bark that is popular in Guyana and throughout South America. Add some ice, a choice of honey, agave or brown sugar, blend it all together, and voila, a powerful brew of healthy goodness. It's no wonder she's thinking about expanding.
So hopefully you'll say apple crate too, or some other creation, but yeah, hopefully I would like to open up another one.
Now, if you'd like to get in contact with Mahalia and the Apple Crate Vegetarian Juice Bar, check out their Facebook and Instagram pages at the Apple Crate. You can also give them a call at 832-0352 or just visit their unique apple-shaped location just opposite the Sandpiper Hotel in Trent St. James. So there's nothing quite like some healthy eating. It's something that we all should try to do. Special thanks to the Apple Crate Vegetarian Juice Bar for helping us out. Do have a good night.
Minding your business with the kind compliments of the Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union Limited, who remind you that you are better with us.